Hello and good morning, and I hope everyone had a happy Valentine's Day and happy Monday today. So, this is day 15 of my 28 days of going live every single day, bringing you all mindfulness and mental health talks straight from my dome. So, yesterday was a difficult day for me to honestly consistently show up like I have been consistently showing up in the past 14 days of this challenge for me. And I intended to go live every single day for myself as a challenge and as a to show myself my commitment level to what I do on social media as well as in everyday life, which is inspire people to live more mindfully and find more joy through tools like meditation and yoga and better their mental health. And this challenge for me was to show me that if I can go live every day for 28 days or even 30 days, that I could be consistent showing up on YouTube and creating more videos for you all to supplement your healing journey and your mental health journey. But that's what I wanted to talk about first on this subject today. The subject of today is how to start meditating daily. And one of my points, like my third point or my second point actually of it is going to be show up daily. And I wanted to talk about like first how to show up because I have a little bit of troubles with that. And we all do. Sometimes it's difficult to be consistent. But when you have troubles with showing up for yourself and you have a commitment to yourself to do something consistently, like let's say you have a commitment to yourself to meditate consistently every single day, every single morning, or go to the gym every single morning. What makes showing up hard is when we don't create an environment around us to actually produce the results that we want in order to show up. Meaning, have you ever set a goal for yourself? Like, okay, I'm going to lose weight in 2020, or I'm going to, 2020, what the heck, 2026, and I'm going to go to the gym consistently. But what does consistently actually look like? We say, so we set this goal and we write it down and say, this is what we're going to do. And then we end up going to the gym or signing up for the gym membership. Then we go Monday, we go. Tuesday, we go. Wednesday, we have to drag our feet, but we go. Thursday, we don't go. Friday, we don't go. Then it's like, okay, you're like Saturday, I don't got work. It's chill. I can go. And then things come up Saturday, and then you're like, all of a sudden it's Saturday evening, you haven't gone to the gym. And then it just goes downhill from there because we tell ourselves we're too busy to go. It hasn't been the right time. Things keep coming up in our schedule. And yeah, I understand that things come up because things came up for me just yesterday when I planned on showing up, but I didn't show up because I had other things going on. So showing up gets easier when we have an environment in place that allows us to show up. And I'm going to talk about that more in depth later on about how we create that environment. So, today's topic is just writing down some notes of something I just remembered. Today's topic is how to start meditating daily. A lot of people ask me questions like, how often should I meditate? And for how long should I meditate? I got my meditation teacher certification in the year 2021, February 2021, after, during COVID, I had learned to meditate myself off of watching YouTube videos and meditating to YouTube tutorials. I learned a lot about meditation during that process of me learning how to meditate daily, just off of watching other people do it, reading about it, reading books about it, looking at YouTube videos about it, taking notes in my notebook about it. And here's a couple things about meditation that I learned that maybe could help if you're wanting to start meditating as a beginner. I have some rosemary tea this morning. One thing about meditation is that it's simple, but it may not be easy at first. It's simple because from the outside looking in, it may look like meditation takes a lot of effort, and it kind of can at first, just like anything else. Just like going to work out, just like going to your new job. If you're starting to do anything new for the first time, it's going to take effort because there's going to be a learning curve. However, the goal is to start thinking of meditating every day as something that we need to do, not something that we want to do. I'm talking about, we don't wake up every day and ask ourselves, am I going to take a shower today? Maybe I should prolong it to tomorrow because I have too much going on today. I can't take a shower. I don't have time to take a shower. We don't wake up and say, do I have time to brush my teeth today? Something came up, so I'm not going to brush my teeth because I don't have enough time to do all that. It takes too long. I don't have enough time. I'm going to just skip by it and then do it tomorrow. No, we never say that. Why? Because brushing your teeth, taking a shower, washing your face, cleanliness and hygiene is something that we make it a priority every single day. Because if you don't, there are hygiene things going to be stinky, musty, smelly around other people if you don't do those things. But little do we know, or we don't really understand, that learning how to take care of our mind is the same way. We should treat it as the same thing. We should wake up and say, I'm going to meditate today because, not because I want to, but because I need to, because it's my maintenance of mental stability. Because I know if I don't meditate today, and then I prolong it to tomorrow, and then I prolong tomorrow's meditation to the next day and the next day, I might be more stinky, like my brain might be more stinky and smelly metaphorically, but really to other people, I might have a stank attitude. I might not be the happiest to be around if I don't meditate, but if I do, I know that I'll be more joyful. I will be more pleasant to be around. We need to think like that. I think the more physical things, the things that appeal to our senses, like putting on a little bit of makeup before you go into the office at work, putting on a nice pair of pants or nice clothes, cleaning your car so you look presentable. We value so much what's on the outside of us, which is cool, which is cute, which is nice. But we value that a heck of a lot more than what we value on the inside. And when we do that, we're dismissing the fact that the insides of us are more important to maintain than the outsides. But we treat it like the other way around, that the outsides is more important to maintain because that's what people are seeing. Well, the insides, especially inside your two ears, inside your consciousness in your brain, that's what you feel. That's what you feel every day. That's what you have to deal with every day. Your thoughts are what you literally have to deal with every single day. So why not let's maintain that as much as we maintain an expensive car, or put oil in your car, put gas in your car so it can go. Put mindfulness in your mind, in your consciousness, so it can think better, so you can move better, so you can be more pleasant to be around, so you can be more pleasant with your so you can be more present with yourself. Let's treat it the same way. So, okay, I'm gonna sip my tea because it's the morning time. And the tea helps my throat and everything like that. Helps get my vocal cords warmed up. Me. Okay, let's go. So, how to start meditating daily. Number 1, choose a certain time or a certain activity to habit stack your meditation with. So let's talk about the first part, is choose a certain time to do it. I used to do mindfulness coaching, which entailed meeting people one-on-one who wanted to be more joyful, who wanted to be able to control their life more by having more autonomy over their mindset and their mental wellness. And all of my one-on-one coaching clients, I instructed them to find a certain time to meditate. I do this because when you find a certain time to do it, it puts yourself in a better position to show up and do it consistently. If you say, I'm going to start meditating, but you never put a time on your calendar that you're going to start doing it, it's probably not going to get done, because either you're going to forget or something's going to come up that's going to derail that agenda. But the reason why something comes up is because we never found a suitable time for us to, a suitable time slot for us to do that within. You have to, like, there's a time and a place for everything. So you have to set the time and the place for yourself. And you have to already carve out that time before you get there. Just like going to the gym. Meditation is like going to the gym for your brain, literally. When you meditate, you're training your brain to focus on one thing. And that's all meditation is. Meditation is literally focused awareness. You have a focal point of the meditation, such as your breath or your body. And when you meditate, you are focusing your awareness on one thing, focusing on that thing. Then, as your mind wanders off, which it will, you notice whenever it wanders off that, oh, I'm not thinking about my breath anymore. I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat for lunch later on. Then when you notice that your mind has drifted off over on this side, you just slowly navigate your way back to the focal point of the meditation. So it's intentional, focused awareness on a focal point. So choose a certain time to do it. And then I also would tell my coaching clients, some of my clients would have really busy schedules. Not only that, however, they have really inconsistent schedules. And then they would say, well, I don't have a certain time per day that I can do this because, on Mondays I wake up at 5 a.m. to go to, scrub in at the hospital. And Fridays, I wake up, I do overnight shifts. And then Saturday and Sundays, I'm on call just in case. So when I would talk to clients who are on a very sporadic schedule and they don't know when they'll be called into work, etc., I will tell them, don't find a certain time because the time per day will switch and that could maybe throw you off. Find a certain activity in your morning routine that you're going to stack. You're going to habit stack. You're going to look at your morning routine. Everyone has a morning routine. Whether your morning routine is wake up, brush your teeth, go out the door. Whether your morning routine is wake up, brush your teeth, wash your face, shower, get coffee, get dressed, eat breakfast, walk out the door. Like whatever you do in the morning, you have something that you do every single morning. At least something. Wake up and brush your teeth and do your hygiene routine and then get dressed. That's a routine. It's something that you do every morning. It doesn't have to be super extravagant. Just, I would tell them, you do this routine every single day, right? So literally carve out time within your routine, whatever time of day you do this. Do your meditation. And I say, if you have 5 minutes, do 5 minutes minimum. If you have 20 minutes, do it 20 minutes in between your routine. You might need to wake up earlier. But what's the cost of not starting this now? It's the same problems that you've been having with your mind. Not being able to focus, being anxious when you don't want to be anxious, not being able to control your emotions when you're out in public, your social anxiety, whatever it is, whatever you're saying that you want to meditate for, if you want to gain more control over that and more control over your thoughts, not gaining more control over your thoughts is the cost of not starting now. So what's the cost of not starting now? And sometimes if we don't feel like the cost of not starting now isn't drastic enough, then we won't start now because what's the point? You'll tell yourself, what's the point of carving out this much time or waking up this much earlier in my morning routine? But I promise you, like I said, everyone has a morning routine. If you find 5 extra minutes in your morning routine, I promise you won't even know the difference. It's only 5 minutes. You could probably cut down at least 3 of those minutes by not checking your email as soon as you wake up, by not looking at your text messages as soon as you wake up, by not opening Instagram before you even lifted your head off the pillow. And there are habits in our everyday life that we don't recognize take up so much of our free time because we're on autopilot and we're not aware of it anyways. So our mind is not aware anyways that sometimes as soon as we wake up in the morning, we allow social media or our phone or our text messages or our notifications to hijack our consciousness as soon as we done lifted our head up off the pillow. But we could use that time and put in place the time to center your mind and train your mind to reject all of the programming that it goes through as soon as you give control over to technology to control how you think. Because whenever we open social media or anything else, we are giving our mental power to that thing to hijack our brain. I love to use the word hijack because it's the most accurate way I can describe the impact of the stimulus that comes from the device that we hold in our hand. There's so much data that runs through our mind, and especially if we open that as soon as we wake up in the morning, we're giving so much of our mental power to that thing. Let's drink some more tea. So, this was the first point. The first point was choose a certain time to meditate daily and choose a certain activity. Or if you don't have the same time per day to meditate and that will throw you off, then choose a part in your morning routine where you can slide in the meditation. And if you only have 5 minutes, then do it for 5 minutes. If you have 20 minutes, then do it for 20 minutes. I promise you that if you start today and start meditating for 5 minutes per day, soon you'll be able to go for 7 minutes. Soon after that, you'll be able to go for 10 minutes. Soon after that, you'll be able to do 20 minutes per day, because you'll realize that this practice of focusing your attention on one thing is training your brain to focus. It's training your brain to control your thoughts more. It's like in the gym when you're doing bicep curls, and at first you were only able to do 5 without getting tired, and you've been doing it for like months now, and now you can do like 15 without getting tired. It's just meditation is just like that, but for your brain. We're training the brain to get stronger, to get more wiser. You're training the brain to notice more when you develop habits of being on autopilot. So you reclaim your peace of mind by reclaiming your awareness of the actions that you might be doing to give your mental control over to other stimulus, when you could regain that control and take back the control that you have over your mind and over your thoughts through meditating, because you're literally training your brain. So number 1 was choose a certain time or choose a certain activity to do it with. Number 2 is just show up daily. Setting a time and a place to meditate is one way we show up daily. It's just being consistent. Being consistent doesn't have to be the same time every day. Like I said, it could be after the same activity in your morning routine. But whatever you do, commit to it. Committing to something that you set for yourself can show yourself that you're willing to love yourself more. I forgot what day it was, but we talked about self-love. It was on day 9. We talked about how to love yourself more. And loving yourself comes with a lot of things, implementing a lot of things in our daily routine, in our daily life that maybe we weren't taught to implement in order to love ourselves. Like, for example, our brain is taught to prioritize negative stimulus or negative thoughts. Our brain is taught to prioritize it because, like, imagine if yesterday you woke up on the right side of the bed, you had a good dream, ate a good breakfast, nobody bothered you on your way to work, nobody flicked you off and cut you off in the middle of the road. You got to work, your boss wasn't nagging in your face, and then all of a sudden you're drinking your coffee, you spill a little coffee on your white shirt, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's always something. It's always got to be something every single day. It's something that just makes me, and then that one thing, it's like a negative thing within your day that like overrides all these positive things that happened. Waking up on the right side of the bed, waking up feeling good, that's a positive thing. Having food on your plate, having good food on your plate, you ate that French toast and that scrambled eggs, that's a good thing. That's a thing to be joyful of. Because I don't know about you, but there's some people that don't get to have French toast and scrambled eggs in the morning, and your medium roast coffee. There's some people that don't have a car to get to work. All these things are things we take for granted because sometimes they're things that we think we're supposed to have. We think these are things that are supposed to go right every single day. And then we take them for granted. They no longer bring us joy or satisfaction like they once did. So we don't really see those things as positive things. Then one negative thing happens in your day, and then your whole day is like becomes negative because this one negative thing happened. But that's literally just an example of how our mind prioritizes negativity. So one of the things, to go back on topic, one of the main things to do to love ourselves more is to feed our brain more positivity. But we have to realize when negativity shows up, that we're even being negative in the first place, because sometimes we don't realize that we're even bringing more negativity into our brain, and no wonder we are feeling less dopamine levels throughout the day. Dopamine is our happy hormone. No wonder that our brain starts to produce less dopamine each and every day. No wonder we kind of feel like we don't want to wake up in the morning. We just want to stay in the bed all day. No wonder that sometimes we don't feel like eating. What's the point of eating? I don't have an appetite. No wonder that we're not aware of, you know, if we keep having these symptoms of headaches or stomach aches, so we think it's our anxiety, and we don't know how to control it. We just, maybe you've gone to the doctor and you don't know how to take care of it or how to mitigate it because it's just become an everyday thing now, and we just deal with these things in our bodies. But maybe if we were more in tune with our bodies and our minds, we would know holistically. We would be able to pinpoint more evenly what's going on in our brain and our body for our bodies to be doing this, because it's not normal. It's not normal to be negative all the time. It's not normal for our bodies to be in pain all the time. It's not normal. And these are only things that come after years of neglecting the body from the nourishment that it needs to be happy and healthy. And one of the ways that we can get that nourishment is to show up daily for ourselves and meditate, sit down and focus our attention on one thing. Now, I like to meditate by paying attention to my breath, and that's it. There's nothing special I'm doing during my meditation. This is literally my brain during meditation. This is it. And I guide myself like this with my own voice inside of my head. Of course, I'm not talking out loud, okay? So I'm like, my inner dialogue is like, it's okay, sit down, relax your shoulders, relax your face. Is your jaw relaxed? Okay, relax your jaw, relax your whole mouth, even your eyebrows. Now notice your breath. Do you feel your breath? Okay, great. Do you feel your breath? Do you feel your inhale? Do you feel your exhale? Okay, great. Keep breathing. Let's just breathe normally. Okay, keep breathing. I wonder what I'm gonna do in the gym after I stop meditating, because I think I missed going to the gym yesterday. So I think today I'm actually gonna do legs, or is it upper body? Am I gonna do back and bicep? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm meditating. Okay. Let's refocus on the breath. Okay. I feel the breath coming in through my nostrils. I feel the breath going out. Inhale, exhale. Oh wait, what am I gonna eat for breakfast this morning? Cause I'm kind of hungry. I think I'm in the mood for waffles, or maybe I'm gonna make. Oh yeah, wait. I notice my mind is thinking, and I'm supposed to be meditating. Okay, it's all right. Let's just focus on the breath again. Okay, now I can feel my breath. I can hear my breath. Okay, so I just gave you a prime example of my inner dialogue while I'm meditating. As you can see, this is something that happens repetitively. Meditation is a cycle. The first phase of the cycle is that you are focusing. You're meditating. You're being aware of your breath. Let's just say that's the focal point of your meditation. So you're like, inhale, exhale. You're like, you want to keep on focusing on the breath, but as the mind often does, the mind starts to wander. Then your mind might wander for a couple of seconds before you actually notice that your mind has wandered. It's totally normal. This is the part where people often give up, because most people who start meditating in the beginning feel like they shouldn't be thinking. But I'll tell you right now, the point of meditating isn't to have no thoughts. The point of meditating is not to think. I'm sorry. The point of meditating is not to not think. Like, the point of meditating is not for your mind to be silent. No, that's not it. Expect to have thoughts when you meditate. It is okay to think while you meditate. It is okay for your mind to be talking to yourself. It's when you meditate. It's okay for your mind to be having inner dialogue when you meditate. The whole point of meditation is to notice that inner dialogue and that inner chatter. Then when you notice, you refocus on the breath, on the focal point of the meditation. The reason why we actually want our mind to have that inner dialogue and that inner chatter, and the reason why we want our mind to actually meditate, sorry, the reason why you want your mind to actually lose focus when you meditate is whenever you lose focus, it's a chance for your brain to get stronger. Whenever you lose focus, it's a chance for you to say, I've noticed that I've wandered away. Let's come back. Then it will happen again a couple minutes later. You're focusing, then all of a sudden your mind slowly drifts off to another thought. You notice that your mind has drifted off to another thought. It's okay, it's normal. It's actually good because it gives you a chance to practice refocusing. In life, this is a whole metaphor for life. In life, we will be focusing on doing something over here, and something in life will derail us. Something in life that we didn't expect to happen will happen. Then we get off track. We were focused on this one thing, on this one goal, on this one outcome to achieve. Something derails your focus. You didn't plan for it. Then you slowly drift away your focus. Now you're focusing over here. But whenever life derails us, we have the opportunity to deal with whatever we got derailed for. Once we're finished dealing with that over here, we just come back and we refocus. But sometimes we have to pivot. in order to refocus. Meditating not only helps us with our brain, but helps us in life. It helps us to be able to bounce back. It helps us with resiliency once we've gotten off track of the original plan, of the original goal. So that's why you want to show up daily. That's why not only do you see meditation, not only do you want to see meditation as something that you do every day, but something that you do because it will literally shape the way you live your life. It will literally shape your ability to refocus when life knocks you down, to get back up on your feet. All right, so we're approaching the third point. If you're enjoying this so far, give it a thumbs up. And also, if you're watching it on the replay, type in the chat below what is your favorite part of this discussion today. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Number 3, be aware of your breath for 50 to 20 minutes, and then be patient. So you know how I was saying that the way that you meditate is to have focused awareness on one thing. The easiest way to meditate is just to focus on your breath. That's the most popular, one of the most popular types of meditation. Some people would say mindfulness meditation. Some people would say Vipassana is like the colloquial term, not the colloquial term, the proper term for a type of meditation when you have focus. Ooh, excuse me. That's the type of meditation that you have when you have focused awareness. So it goes like this. You focus on your breath. How do you focus on your breath? You use your senses, literally. You say, okay, how does my breath feel? Where do I feel my breath? I feel it on the upper lip. Does it feel cool or does it feel warm? It feels cool. Okay. Now I feel it coming in. I feel it going out. And just focus on that feeling. Focus on the breath. Another sense you could focus on with the breath is hearing. Can you hear the breath? What does it sound like? Does it sound like ocean waves? Okay, so then you could focus on your hearing, your feeling, and then you could even activate your sight by visualizing your breath. These are just suggestions of how to focus on the breath. You don't have to do all of these, but these are suggestions of how to make focusing on your breath more exciting or whatever when you first start to meditate. Because when you first start to meditate, it doesn't sound exciting. It might sound a little boring. And it is going to be, just like going to the gym. Nobody wants to go to the gym their first week in the gym, their first week working out. Nobody wants to go to work out. It's sometimes painful. It takes a lot of motivation. Meditation is working out for your brain. So same. Because I'm talking to myself too, Lauren, we need to view meditation and showing up for it daily as the same as showing up for something that we do because we want to maintain our outward appearance. Because for some reason, our outward appearance and maintaining our hair and getting our nails did and those type of things are things that we value more. We do them more and we like doing them more because other people can see it. The things that we don't like doing and don't like maintaining the most are the things that people can't see, which is why those things go unchecked. But we see them though, because we have to deal with them. We know our thoughts in and out because we're the ones who have to deal with them. So why not put all the priority on your mind maintenance, your inner maintenance? So show up. Um, do you first when you first start meditating, show up. If you only have 5 minutes in your morning routine to meditate, only do it for 5 minutes. It's okay. Because eventually, once you show up consistently, you show up for a week. Okay, you've been consistent. Now it's been 2 weeks. You're getting in the groove of it. What's that sweet spot they say after 27 days or 30 days or whatever? Then you can develop a habit. Okay, if you need 30 days for yourself to do it every single day, do it for 30 days. Show yourself that you can develop this habit of something that you feel like is maybe difficult. But then after those 30 days, after it becomes a habit and it sticks for you, you'll find that, oh, 5 minutes is literally nothing. Then you might want to bump it up for 10 minutes. But if you can go for 20 minutes, literally that's the optimal amount of time to meditate. The reason why I say meditate in the morning is because the meditation is meant to be meditation is something that you do to get control of your thoughts. If you've already checked all your emails and checked all your text messages and let people disturb your brain before you go to meditate, you already have some stimulus, some way that your brain has been hijacked already by some outside stimulus. But if you meditate before you've eaten anything, before you scroll on any sort of social media, you've already done most of the work to take back the control over your thoughts. Don't give anyone else outside of you that power until you practice controlling yourself. Then you can go out and read your emails after you meditate. Then you can go and eat after you meditate. Then you can go and do whatever after you meditate. Because meditating is literally setting your mind up for receiving all the other stimuli that you're going to get from the world in a better way, through a better lens, and you're going to be able to filter that stimuli a lot better when you've already trained your brain in the morning. So 20 minutes is the optimal amount of time. Please do it in the mornings. Some days you'll maybe skip the mornings. I don't recommend it because, again, if you habit stack, there's no way that you'll skip it in the morning because, like I said before, everyone has a morning routine. For example, I'll give you my morning routine. Wake up. My morning routine as of the next 15 days. I wake up. As soon as I wake up, I grab my notebook, actually. I record, I go live on YouTube because I've been going live every single day for the past 15 days. And I will go live for the next 15 days. Get up out of bed, grab my notebook, go on live, do my bathroom stuff, my hygiene routine, go downstairs, eat something, and then go to the gym in the morning. Except on my days off from the gym, then I just do the live and then do the rest of my morning routine. That's my morning routine. I currently, right now, as a yoga teacher, as a meditation teacher, I struggle with meditating daily because I don't currently have a time during my morning routine that I meditate. I haven't done that. I literally haven't meditated for probably like 2 weeks. So all of these things I'm also saying to myself, but in doing so, I've had some times before where I I told myself I'm trying to make a deal with myself, and I told myself, okay, if you're not gonna meditate in the morning, then promise yourself that you'll do it this evening. And I promised myself that, and I set a time or set my alarm for that evening, or I wrote it down in my planner But for me, I have to write things down, and if I don't write them down to do it, it's probably not going to get done. It's just my method of madness. And I did all that, and it still didn't get done that whole day. And then I've just, like, it's happened before. I've established a repetitive cycle of that happening. However, I'm also patient with myself, and I know that I've had a habit of meditating daily before, and I can kick that habit back up. I just need to habit stack. I need to tell myself and like literally create a time and create a space for me where it's difficult to do the rest of my morning routine if I haven't meditated. So for example, I'm trying to think what's keeping me from meditating in the morning right now. Nothing really. So, in order to remember, because if I walk out that door right there without meditating, I probably won't think twice about it. However, if I put an obstacle in front of the door, like if I scoot this chair in front of the door, so that I have to move the chair before I open the door to go out into the big wide world, then I'll remember, oh yeah, I didn't meditate. This chair is here because I can't move the chair until I've actually meditated this morning. Okay, now I've set it up to where my mind knows that I put this obstacle in my way so that I would do this thing. And then only after I do that thing, I can move the obstacle out of the way as a physical reminder of what we need to be accountable for ourselves. So, yeah, that's one way, that's one thing I'm doing to implement meditation back into my morning routine because I honestly haven't yet. I haven't implemented it for myself. However, I'll start today and then I'll keep you updated. But yeah, this was the 3 points. How to start meditating daily. Number 1, choose a certain time to do it or a certain activity to do it with. Like I said, habit stack. If you can't find a certain time, specific time during the day, then find a specific thing that you do in your morning routine and then put the meditation under that. Like if if I go to brush my teeth but I haven't meditated yet, then I need to meditate before I brush my teeth because I'm going to brush my teeth anyways. Like brushing your teeth is something that you already do every single morning in your morning routine, right? So you know that if you've brushed your teeth without meditating, you are going to feel guilty that you haven't meditated because you always meditate before you brush your teeth. So look at something that you're already going to do anyways, that you have to do as a necessity, and then stack the meditation right under that so that your mind also associates meditating every single day with a necessity, just like brushing your teeth, just like washing your underarms. It's a daily thing that we have to do. It's not a choice. We do it because we maintain our mental just like we maintain our body. And then the next thing is show up daily for yourself. Set a time and a place. It's a time and a place for everything. So if you need to put a chair or an obstacle in front of the door to make you mentally realize that, oh, I haven't meditated because the chair is still in front of the door. Now I can't even walk out the door before I've done meditated. So just sit in the chair that's right in front of the door, meditate, then you can move the chair. Set up places in your room for it to happen. Maybe you have if you have a prayer closet, you also have a meditation closet, same, and you set up also a time for it. The next thing is the third point, be aware of your breath. So first, when you first start meditating, breath awareness is the best, the easiest or the simplest type of meditation. Focus on your breath. Excuse me. When you notice that your mind has wandered from the breath, refocus on the breath. Keep doing that. If you only have 5 minutes, do it for 5 minutes. If you have 20 minutes, do it for 20 minutes. But do it for 5 to 20 minutes daily, every single day. So yeah, that is my mental health talk for you all today. How to start meditating daily Again, if you enjoyed this live stream, give it a thumbs up. Let me know how you feel like you feel it in the comments below. Let me know what you learned today. All right, and I will see you all tomorrow for day 16 of my mental health talks. Thank you so much. Peace and have a blessed day, everyone. Please, peace and blessings.